The function f of x equals 10x minus 2 is 1 to 1. Find the inverse of f, check the answer, find the domain and range of f and f inverse, and graph f and f inverse and y equals x on the same coordinate axis. So first we'll start by finding the inverse of f of x equals 10x minus 2. Start by changing f of x to y. Then you'll switch the x and the y. This step is essential to finding the inverse because inverses switch x and y coordinates. Then we're going to solve for y by adding 2 to both sides and dividing by 10. We get y equals x plus 2 over 10, and that's going to be f inverse. F inverse of x is x plus 2 over 10. Then we want to check. So to check that these are inverses of each other, we're going to do f composed with f inverse and f inverse composed with f. If these two functions are actually inverses of each other, when we work this out, we should get x. Inverses are going to have inverse operations or opposite operations, and those opposite operations will cancel each other out, leaving us with just an x. So we'll start by calculating f composed with f inverse. This is substituting f inverse inside of f. So we're substituting the inverse in for x. That would give me 10 times x plus 2 over 10 minus 2. And we're simplifying, the 10's cancel, leaving me with x plus 2 minus 2. Plus 2 minus 2 cancel to become 0, leaving me with x. So that's good. We need to calculate f inverse composed with f. This is substituting f in for f inverse. So we're taking f and substituting it into the x in f inverse. That would give me 10x minus 2 plus 2 over 10. And when we simplify, minus 2 plus 2 becomes 0. That leaves me with 10x over 10. 10 over 10 is 1, and that leaves me with x. So we found the inverse, and we also checked to make sure we had the inverse. Then let's find the domain and range. So starting with f of x is 10x minus 2. This is a linear function or a polynomial function, so it has a domain of all real numbers. And because we switch the x and the y, this will be the domain or the x's for f, but it'll become the range or the y's for f inverse. So the range of the inverse will be all real numbers because the domain of f was all real numbers. If we look at f inverse, that's x plus 2 over 10. This is also a linear function. You could write this in slope-intercept form. That's 1/10 x plus 1/5. So because it's a linear function, the domain of f inverse is all real numbers. And the range of f is all real numbers because the x and y get switched. Finally, we want to graph our function f and our inverse and the line y equals x. So we want to graph f of x equals 10x minus 2, f inverse, which is 1/10 x plus 1/5, and also the line y equals x, all on the same coordinate picture. So f of x is a linear function, and it has a y-intercept at -2 and a slope of 10. I'm going to rise 10 and run 1. So I get this line here. And then we want to graph the line 1/10 x plus 1/5. So we're going to have our y-intercept at a fifth, which is about right here. We want to rise 1 and run 10. That would put me about right here. I'm estimating a little bit because of the fractions. And then we want to graph the line y equals x. So the line y equals x is this line right here. And hopefully what you're seeing is that f and f inverse are symmetric around this line y equals x. You have a mirror image if we fold over that line. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.